Hi, friends. Welcome to Word of Honor, a special mini-series within the Honor It podcast, where every week it's just you and me sharing powerful insights on life, mindset, leadership, and communication in bite-sized episodes that pack a punch. I'm your host, Honor Garrett, and today's Word of Honor is all about mastering the art of meaningful connection. Have you ever tried to help someone and it totally backfired? You showed up with solutions ready to fix everything, and instead, they got more frustrated and just shut down completely. Yep, I've been there. Here's the thing. Before we try to help others, we have to first determine whether a person needs to be helped, hugged, or heard, or sometimes all three. If we don't figure that out, we might end up being more hurtful than helpful, even with the best intentions. So let's talk brain science real quick, because I'm a neuroscience nerd and it matters. The brain is wired for safety before solutions. So according to Dr. Dan Siegel and his work on intrapersonal neurobiology, when someone is in distress, the emotional part of their brain, the amygdala, I say that wrong every time, it takes over. That fight, flight, or freeze response gets triggered. What they don't need in that moment is your 7-step game plan. They just need connection. Dr. Brene Brown, Queen of Vulnerability, says rarely can a response make things better. What makes something better is connection. So what does that mean? You've got to regulate before you relate and connect before you correct. So let's break down these 3 H's: helped, hugged, and heard. Helped, when you're going to help somebody and they're ready, this person is ready for solutions. They're open, they're asking advice, and they've already processed their emotions. And if you're sure of that, that's great, but be sure they're inviting your help. Ask, would you like my perspective on this? Or want some help brainstorming ideas? Or would it feel better just to talk it through? Just remember to go by it gently. And then hugged. The people who needs hugs, they're hurting. No words, no advice, just presence. This isn't always a literal hug, but it's about being emotionally there for them, emotionally holding space for that person. You might say, I'm here. No need to talk if you don't want to. That sounds really hard. Can I just sit with you in this? And then lastly, heard. Those are the people that they don't even need a hug. They just need validation. They don't want to fix. They want to just release and let go and vent how they're feeling. They want to know that they're not crazy, they're not alone, and they're not judged. So try this instead of trying to fix. Because I know us ladies, we just want to let it out and be heard. We don't want our husbands to give us a solution. So instead, maybe your husband can say, tell me more, I'm listening. Or I hear you, that makes sense given what you're going through. And here's the kicker. Sometimes people need all 3. So how do you know what to offer? Well, to become a master communicator, you have to trade assumptions for curiosity. Instead of jumping in with your cape and your superhero skills, maybe you just need to stop and pause and ask, how can I best support you right now? What do you need most? An ear, a hug, or some help just thinking it through? Communication is not about fixing, it's about serving. And most people, we're out there struggling to feel seen, soothed, safe, and supported, right? But you can change that one conversation at a time. And if you need a resource, the Bible is full of wisdom about communication. James 1:19 says, be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Notice the order: listen first, then speak. That's the heard before helped rule in scripture. Galatians 6:2 reminds us to carry each other's burdens. It doesn't mean you have to solve their problem, but you can help someone feel less alone in it. And Proverbs 25:11 says, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in settings of silver. Meaning, when you say the right thing at the right time, it's beautiful. But timing is everything. The good news is you can learn this. Most of us were never taught how to communicate at this level, but it's a skill you can absolutely master. You don't need a psychology degree or a counseling license. You just need presence, patience, and a little practice. And honestly, the world needs more people like you, people who are willing to slow down and see others. So today, before you rush in to fix someone else's pain, just pause, ask, listen, hug, hear, and then only then help. So if this message resonates with you, would you do me a favor? Share this episode with someone who has a heart to help, but wants to grow in how they show up. And if you want a free download of my 3H conversation guide, grab the link below or in my bio. It's totally free and super helpful. Let's keep learning how to honor others with our presence, our words, and our wisdom. Until next time, keep leading, keep loving, and keep living your legacy.